As California faces one of the worst droughts on record, Governor Newsom announced plans today to invest billions of dollars into emergency and wildfire preparedness. Good evening, I'm Marcella Lee, and for Barbara Lee Edwards.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. News 8's Shannon Handy has details on the governor's plan and his warning for the upcoming fire season.
Last year, 4 million acres in California burned. To prepare for fire season this year, Governor Newsom has proposed spending $2 billion on equipment and other programs, making it the largest investment in state history.
None of us are naive about the challenges that this state faces. For that matter, the entire western United States.
Speaking from McClellan Air Force Base in Sacramento Monday, California Governor Gavin Newsom laid out his $2 billion proposal to battle wildfires this summer, saying conditions are primed for yet another catastrophic year.
The hots, as I say often, are getting hotter. The dries are getting a lot drier. And with these atmospheric rivers, we're seeing the wets get a lot wetter.
Back in January, Governor Newsom initially proposed a $1 billion wildfire budget. He has since doubled down. The funding will be used to purchase new firefighting aircraft, which officials say fly faster, are safer, and more technologically advanced. The money would also go toward improving forest health, fuel management, and fire breaks. $80 million would be set aside for 1,400 new seasonal firefighters and hand crews. We have now the ability to do more with more boots on the ground, to do more as well with more of the equipment we flew in on. 41 of these state's 58 counties are currently under a drought emergency, while San Diego is not on that list. As history has shown, we are not out of harm's way. Governor Newsom says while his plan is aggressive, it's not enough, reminding everyone to do their part.
With all of that, good enough never is. And all of us need to be mindful as we enter in the wildfire seasons, the importance of home hardening, the importance of defensible spaces.
A portion of this $2 billion plan will be dedicated to earthquake preparedness. Now, while some of the money has already been used, the state legislature has to approve using the rest.
Thanks, Shannon. Getting ready for the worst. You can call it more proof of our very hot housing market. More than 14,000 people say they're interested in the first 200 homes under construction in the Three Roots community in Mira Mesa.
The project is underway off Camino Santa Fe and Carroll Canyon Road. News 8's Brandon Lewis has more on what's driving this high demand. Brandon?
Now, Carlo and Marcella, the builders, saying the interest in this project has surpassed their expectations. A part of that is driven because there are a variety of income levels that will be supported. You have the affordable housing and also for what they're calling the workforce of San Diego. These are people with a variety of income levels who one day hope to call this place home.
And just this side of that is, that's all of that is the rec facility.
Robbie Thorne's company is one of 3 builders working to turn these 400 acres into 1,800 new homes.
A year from now, you'll look at this and a lot of the landscaping will be in, the streets will be in. We'll actually have closings by the end of this year with families moving in and starting their life in Three Roots, which we're very, very excited about.
Interest into the townhomes that begin in the $600,000 range is already surpassing expectations, driven by its proximity to many of the county's biggest employers.
Probably 20 of the top 30 companies are within a 6-7 mile radius of where we're standing right now.
More than 14,000 people expressed interest into the first 200 homes that go up for pre-sale next month.
This is really a mechanical ballet. When you see all this equipment and the hundreds, even thousands of people out here working on this.
The land was once a mine that produced materials to make asphalt and concrete. In the 90s, a community plan was done to put in these homes, and now Three Roots plans to fulfill it by adding 1,200 owner-occupied homes, plus some affordable housing and apartments.
At the end of the day, this is an economic venture for all of us, but it's also something that we love to do as it relates to providing housing for families.
It will take about 5 years to finish construction and fulfill the vision for this area, transforming it from a sea of dirt and materials into homes and a new community.
We look forward to what the future holds. Right now, our focus is on Three Roots, and all of the excitement that's building on this will just get stronger as some of the amenities that we were talking about, the 3 parks, along with our rec facility, it's really, really exciting.
If you'd like to see more of the renderings of this project, you can go to our website, cbs8.com, and click on this story. Carlo and Marcella.
All right. right, thanks so much, Brandon. Well, tonight, the family of a 14-year-old girl who went missing on Friday night in Chula Vista is desperate for help to find her. 14-year-old Alexis Mia Collins was last seen at her father's home in the 300 block of Pearlwood Street. The ninth grader's mother says she may be experiencing a mental health crisis. Alexis was last seen wearing a blue tank top and gray yoga pants. If you have any information on where she might be, you're asked to call the Chula Vista Police Department at the number right there on your screen.
A former Navy sailor who killed 4 people in a DUI crash off the Coronado Bridge and into Chicano Park will not have his record cleared, at least not for now. Richard Cipollio also wanted to be released from parole early, but today a judge denied the motion because Cipollio did not have certification from the Department of Corrections and has not paid restitution to the victims. Cipollio will get another chance at a hearing in August.
A major milestone for San Diego County. Health officials are reporting just 25 new COVID cases. That is the lowest number of new daily cases since March of 2020, more than a year ago. The total number of cases in San Diego is more than 279,000. No new deaths were reported today, which is typical for a Monday, bringing the region's total to 3,749. San Diego is nearly 70% of its way toward the goal of fully vaccinating 2.1 million people ages 12 and older.
A new county plan could give you half off your bill to entice you to dine out.
Today, Supervisor Jim Desmond announced what he's calling the Dine Out and Help Out program. It's modeled after a successful program from the UK. Desmond explains how it works.
If you came into our restaurant and the bill was $15, the patron would only have to pay $7.50. Then the restaurant would submit to the county towards these dollars to pay that other $7.50. However, if the meal was like $20 or $30 a meal, then the max would be $10 per person.
If approved, it would begin on June 15th and apply on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Those are typically the lowest dining turnout of the week. The $50 million cost would be funded by the $300 million in federal American Rescue Plan money earmarked for the county. I think that would get a lot of people out and about.
And if you're spending it locally, they would benefit by the meal, and then the restaurants would.
Right? Generate some of that income back into the economy.